In this quick video, I'm going to give you an overview of the basic features of My Link Shortener. My Link Shortener, just at a high level, is a link shortener, just like it sounds, where you could take a long URL, maybe to a specific page or a long website, and you could condense that down into a short link. It automatically shortens that to something that's easier to work with, and it also tracks it and gives you analytics and other information around where your traffic's coming from and other unique features. Another thing we're going to be covering in quick detail is how bundles work. A bundle is the same thing as a rotator or a co-op link. And when we create a bundle, it might be a collection of links that sit within that bundle to allow you to use it as a rotator, where you could send traffic to the one link, the bundle link, and then it would alternate randomly between the other links that are inside of that bundle. So it's a great way to do team building, a great way to advertise one link and have it go to multiple offers and be able to get some variety in there. So what I don't want you to do is overthink this thing and overcomplicate it. It's a very, very simplistic system. Now, if you're watching this video and you've never seen this before, you do not have to create an account. Okay, so you don't. You could just go ahead and click right here and paste a long URL and shorten it, and you can get it. If you are a free member and you've registered, or you're an upgraded member, maybe one of the premium members where you get additional features, then you go ahead and log in first right up here, and then you're able to go ahead and get started with it. And you'll see an administrative interface inside of it. If you're just trying to shorten a link, though, you don't have to make an account. If you're just trying to quickly go create a short link, you can just do that right here, and you're done. Okay. So I'm going to scroll down through here and show you a couple of things. Currently, I want to show you at the bottom here. Currently, we've delivered over 737,000 clicks across 903 links and 79 customers. So it works very well. I have this system. It's a commercial script that I purchased, and I host it on my own dedicated physical servers. So it's something that I host and manage myself. It's not somewhere else. It is a SaaS service for you to use, software as a service, but it's one that I manage completely within my own realm, if you will. So let's talk about pricing for just a minute. If you are a free member and you'd like to get some of the additional features, there's monthly and yearly pricing. Okay, so if you'd like to pay by the month, you'll see the price accordingly there. If you want to pay by the year, you'll see that listed here as well. Now, the difference between the free member, the starter package, and the premium package, you can see all of the features listed right here. If you're just getting the starter package, then you get 25 URLs that you could add and shorten and manage. Okay, and you also get a bundle that you could go add for those links. If you're a premium member, I've removed all the stops and all the constraints. So it's pretty much unlimited everything, unlimited links, unlimited rotators or bundles, and you get the whole 9 yards over here in the premium membership. But if you just create a free plan, you'll get access to the features that you see listed over here. I'll let you decide what's appropriate for you. And that's pretty much it. It just here's a frequently asked questions. It talks about the platform as a whole, and that's pretty much it. Now, if you were to click on the Getting Started link right here, it's going to let you go create your account. Okay, but since I already have an account, I'm going to go log in with it. But you could sign in with your Google account, or you could create a username and password pair and create there. Two-factor authentication is supported inside of the platform if you want to secure it even more. But I'm going to go ahead and log in to my existing account. And this is an upgraded account. This one is a premium account with all the features. And I'm going to walk through those now and go through this for you. So let's go ahead and get started. Take a drink of coffee first. When you're on this screen, let's just talk about what you're looking at. Now, I have mine in dark mode. I have some vision issues right now, so I have it in dark mode. By default, it's probably in a light mode where you would see it in a more white type environment. But over on the left, you have your dashboard, which is what you're looking at right here. Okay, you see your top URLs. You see your recent activities. So as in real time, as clicks are coming in on your links, you can see over here it's updating where I'm delivering traffic from. I can see those most recent visitors show up in real time. Now, In this area is where you would shorten a link. You have advanced options, which we're going to cover in just a moment. And you could search for your existing links with a keyword search right here. And you can see links that are sitting here for various platforms and programs. They all have varying amounts of clicks. So as traffic gets delivered to your links, you could simply come over here and click on clicks. And you could go view where that traffic is coming from. You see some demographic info around it. You see the top countries, the browsers, the operating systems, and then where it was referred from. Or if it was on social media, you would see the social site that referred the actual visitor. So also on the left are archive links. So maybe you got a link that you're not using anymore, but you want to keep it. Then you could go click on that link by simply putting a check over here, and you could click, where is it? You could go under options and archive it. Now, you can also, underneath the options, once you've created a link, you could see a QR code if you want to give that out for somebody to reach it. You could see if it's a member of a bundle or not, which it is. You could share it on Facebook, Twitter, or WhatsApp if you want to, very easily, or you could view its stats that way. Now, notice it says public. If your profile, okay, when you create your profile in your settings, if you've not set your settings to be public, then no one else could see those links. So if you went out there, somebody could visit it, but if you went out there and you tried to share your statistics, your analytics, you couldn't do that unless you have it marked to public. Otherwise, it'd be private. Okay, let's see. That covered archive links. Expired links, if you put an expiration on one, maybe you've got a time-sensitive offer. A good example of that might be that you've created a short link that maybe it's good for 7 days. Maybe there's some promotion going on, and you got that in there. You could have it expire after 7 days and then go to an alternate URL after that link expires, and it would end up in the expired links here, okay? Bundles are just like they sound. These are different rotators. These are different bundles. So you could see like the Build My AIMB bundle that I created for something. It's had 31 views on that rotator, and it's got 4 URLs that participate in it, and it's public. It was created 4 days ago. Now, as you can see different views. You can see how many URLs are in these different rotators. And bundles are very simple. So when you get ready to go create one, you could go ahead and create it in advance before you ever create a link. So we're going to do that now, actually. We're going to call this bundle Demo Bundle. And we're going to call the rotator Slug. A slug is a browser-friendly URL name, an English name, canonical name, if you want to call it that. If you don't give it one, it's just going to generate an alphanumeric one that's just random. But we're going to give it one that makes sense. We're just going to call it test123. And I'm going to make this bundle public. And what we're going to do in just a moment is create 3 links to different search engines, and then we're going to add those to a bundle, and then those get in the bundle, and we're going to send traffic to the bundle, and you'll see it rotate through the different links. So we're going to do that in just a moment. We'll cover splash pages, overlay pages, some of these other things, tracking pixels, custom domains. We'll cover those in just a few minutes. Those are more advanced features. You don't have to use them, but they're very, very powerful if you want to use them. So real simply, you can put your URL in here, and you could choose, I've got some short domains. I'll probably be adding more. But if you wanted your link to be shortened under My Links.xyz, short1.xyz, or tinylink.xyz, those are all different ones. You can choose which one you want, and it will shorten the link using that prefixed domain. So right now, I'm just going to put google.com. That's going to be my first one, okay? If I wanted to give it a name that makes more sense, I'm going to put, we'll call this Demo Google, okay? I'm not going to put a link expiration in here. I'm not going to give it some password protection or any other information at the moment. But as you can see, you could target specific types of devices. Maybe you want this link to go to iPhones. Maybe you want it to go to all devices. You could geo-target it, where if you wanted to target your locations and say, you know, somebody landed in a rotator and they landed here and it was for the UK only, then you could put that link there where it would only direct to the UK visitors. Otherwise, it'll send people elsewhere. Targeting pixels, if you had your own tracking pixels that you've defined for maybe a Facebook pixel or something like that, if you've defined those over here under tracking pixels, then you'd be able to select from those and just add that to that link. So when you share this link out, then someone would fire that pixel, that tracking pixel for you. And you could have as many of these as you want. You could have multiples if you wanted to. All right. Almost done with the advanced properties. Perimeter builder. So maybe there is a website, as an example, that you pass URL parameters. Maybe it's got a referral user ID, or maybe it's got some other thing at the end of it, and you wanted to be able to provide a short link with the perimeter added to the end of it. You could do that. You could put the perimeter name of what that perimeter would need to be and any default value you want to be there. Okay. You may or may not need to do that. You can add as many parameters there as you want. Now, let's say for a minute you wanted to add multiple URLs. Okay. Maybe you wanted to shorten several at once. You could come over to multiple, and 10 at a time, you could go paste those URLs in here. As a matter of fact, we're going to go ahead and do that right now just to show you the feature. So we're going to do one for Google, and we'll do one for Bing, we'll do one for pre-search. Okay, and all I'm going to do is click shorten. And now if I click dashboard, there's my 3 links. It'll attempt to do a preview of each of those and extract any meta information, maybe the meta title, description, keywords. So what we're going to do, I'm not going to name these something special. I'll show you if you wanted to, though. Let me go ahead and do that. So notice the alias there is TMKNL. Well, I want to give it a custom alias of test Bing. Okay. Now, I could decide if I wanted this to be a different tracking domain, a different short domain, but I'm going to leave it as the default. The type of redirect, you could decide what you want to do at this point. You could decide if you want to send it straight to the link. You could decide if you want it to be displayed in a frame with some other information in the frame, or you could do it as a splash template. Maybe you've defined a splash template that you want to use that you created. So some custom ones I've done for other programs. If I chose one of these, then it would wrap that custom splash page around the content of that link. So we're just going to do a direct one for simplicity here. Notice it extracted the meta title and the description. Okay. I'm going to leave the rest of this the same. I'm going to click update. And now you'll notice in the links, this one says mylinks.xyz/test Bing because we just changed it to a custom alias. Now I'm going to take these 3. I'm going to put a check here, here, and here. And I'm going to go to the little folder icon that says add to bundle. And now I simply choose my most recent bundle, which is demo bundle, and click add to bundle. Now these belong to that bundle, as you can see listed here in the links. So if we come over under bundles, you'll see that we now have 3 URLs that sit in the bundle. If you want the link to the bundle, you could click here. And we're actually going to go test that now. So I'm going to open an incognito tab. If we visit the bundle, the rotator link, it's going to take me to the first one, which is Google. So now, if I go to that rotator link, it's going to take me to random one that took me to pre-search for that one. And now, if I do it again, it might take me to the same one. And then we might end up at Bing here eventually. We went back to Google on that one. And it's totally random, so there's no sequential ordering or anything like that in this type of system. It is all random, but it will eventually deliver you to one of the links in there and eventually deliver clicks to all of them. So if we come over and look, now that we've got a little bit of traffic, I'm going to come back over here. I can click on the stats right here. So each bundle has its own stats link, so you can see the stats for each URL in the bundle. So if we go look at it, we could see that Bing had 0 clicks, pre-search had 1, Google had 1. Why is it just 1 click? Because it's tracking unique clicks. Okay, so you could see, so if we went over here to pre-search, for example, it's only tracking those unique clicks for it. And, you know, here I am, I went directly to it. I'm on a Windows 10 device. I was using Chrome, coming from the US. And you could start tracking your progress. At any time with one of these links, if you wanted to share it on Facebook or Twitter, you could do that right here. And if you want to grab your short link right there, you can. If you want to get the QR code, you could copy it. But if you wanted to go see what that QR code looks like, let me show you. At any time you could reveal it. There's different ways to reveal it, but you could go grab the QR code for that link. And now we're going to come back to dashboard, and of course we're going to see the individual stats right here for those links. As other statistics come through, we'll just pick one of these. Like here's one for Team Build Club. If we go look at the clicks for this particular user's link, we can see they've been in there for a few days. They've got some clicks. We can see where the clicks are coming from. We can see that these came from an email campaign with Traffic Zipper, and some of these were direct. I'm not really sure where exactly, with different types of operating systems and different browsers. So that's pretty much the basics around using My Link Shortener. Now, I'm not going to get into great detail on splash and overlay pages, but I am going to show them to you real quickly. So if we come over here to splash pages, let me show you what one of these looks like. This particular one had a header. It could be a smaller header if you want, but then you could have the join link for that particular link that's going to show for 5 seconds inside of here on this. And then here's the link to where you're wanting to send somebody, the rotator link. You could choose an avatar to upload if you want to. You can put a banner in there. You can put a custom title and message. And then what happens is when somebody views this, then they're going to see this whole splash image. So maybe you're sending this to a traffic exchange or somewhere where you want somebody to see it above the fold when they're surfing or they're seeing something quickly. It's a great way to do that. Now, overlay pages, kind of neat. I don't have any right now. I've got rid of them because I'm not really using them. But if you wanted to create an overlay page, you could do one that pops up a message. You can do one that has a contact form. And you could do a poll. Maybe you're running a survey for something and you wanted to combine that in there. You could create an overlay to do that. And it would land on top of wherever your target link is. But I want to show you what happens if we take a YouTube video. So you can have it automatically create a really nice video overlay display for Vimeo, YouTube, I believe Dailymotion, and a couple of others. But we're going to come over here and pick a YouTube video. I'm just going to pick one at random, okay? So I'm going to come over here and we'll get this one. And I'm going to grab the link for it. Now I'm going to come over here and paste that in here. I'm not going to do anything with it, but create it. I'm going to shorten it. And I have my default settings defined. Notice it knows it's a YouTube link. When we get ready to go look at this, it inserts it.
What's going on, my beautiful
player? Okay. Here's the short link for it over here. It can be shared on Twitter or Facebook. And you've got a really good condensed splash page that appears just by pasting the video link in there instead of it just going straight to the video. So it's really a great way to present a video to somebody and be able to put it out there easily and put it in a custom splash page. All right. So we're going to go ahead and close that. I'm going to get rid of that link. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and get rid of these links as well. So I'll give it just a moment. I think I clicked that. There we go. All right. So you can very easily manage your customized links. You don't have to put them in a rotator if you don't want to. You can just shorten a link, okay, to anything that you want, and then use that short link to go track it. Maybe you've created a YouTube video as an example, and you want to put a link in a video. If you've seen some of mine, you'll notice that I use short links all over the place in my videos. Well, when you put that in there, then you're going to know when somebody clicks on it that they came from YouTube, and you'll be able to track that traffic and see where it came from. So tracking pixels are just like they sound. If you want to go add one for Google Tag Manager, Facebook, AdWords, LinkedIn, Twitter, AdRoll, or Quora, you can do that. You can put your pixels in here, and you can literally take a single link and put all those tracking pixels on that link if you wanted to. Custom domains. If you want to add a custom domain for yourself, you can. I I've not tried to do it as a user, but if you have your own tracking domain that you'd like to use, you can do that and add it in here. And you could go ahead and set it up of where you want it to redirect, and the system should do it. If you have any trouble with it, you can open a support ticket on it. Teams, if you wanted to invite other people to be able to help you manage your links, you could do that as well. If you're a premium member, you'll be able to use Teams. Now, the more advanced feature under Tools and Integrations, you can use Programmatic Logic. If you're a developer, if you're a software developer, or you're a kind of a power user there, if you'd like to do some things here programmatically with a My Link Shortener, you can do that. You can use code to generate the links. Maybe you've got some other system somewhere. There's full documentation on how to use the API. You get your own API key here, and you can authenticate to it. You can make a curl call or something like that, and you get ready with the code examples. You get ready to fire something off and create a link. You could actually do that externally from some other application if you wanted. And then if you wanted to do a full page script, maybe you wanted to put this out there and shorten links real easily, you could do that, create a script, put it on a page, and then be able to just quickly have a page you could drop your links in and shorten them. And then lastly, there's Zapier Integration, where if you wanted to go off and create a webhook in Zapier, maybe you wanted to create some automation. So let's say you had a Zapier rule out there where somebody was added to your list. Maybe you added a contact to a list, and maybe the next thing you wanted to do is send that person an email, but before you did, you wanted to generate a short link, okay? So you could literally have that Zapier rule set up to go fire off, create a short link for whatever you're wanting to send to them, and then the next rule might be to fire off a zap that sends them the email with that short link that was created. So it's really, really powerful stuff, and everything you need to know about integrating it is right here in the interface. So hopefully that gets you off and running and started easily. Don't try and overthink this thing. Again, there's some bells and whistles in there that are very powerful, but just keep it simple. If you want to use it to shorten links, log in here. You got everything set there. I will tell you, hang on just a second. It's to your advantage to update your profile and get everything set up here with any links that you want to display to others. You can decide if you want your bundles to be public by default or not. You can have a profile link over here where other people can see your links. And of course, I don't have my profile as public for this account. So if I did, you would be able to see that information that's defined there. And I just closed it. Sorry about that. So inside of here also, you could change between dark and light mode. And then your settings, anything in your account that you want to go set up, you could define an avatar for yourself, set your passwords, everything you need to do to be able to function with it. Like right here, the media gateway, this was the thing I was telling you about. If you have that set as a default, then when you go add a video, it's going to wrap it around in a splash page, a custom splash page for YouTube, Vimeo, Dailymotion, and some others. And then, of course, whether you want your stuff to be public or private. One last thing that I think is important besides 2FA authentication. If you wanted to back up your links, you wanted to save those off to a comma-separated file, maybe you've created a whole ton of links and you don't want to lose them, then you could export your links there, and if you ever needed to get back to them, you could recreate those in the platform easily. Okay, folks, that's it. I hope that helps. You guys take care.